Muslims storm Polaris Bank in droves to close accounts and cite Islamophobia. A picture circulating on social media shows the moment Muslims went into Polaris Bank branches to close down their accounts. In a viral Facebook post, Aminu Soja claimed he went into the bank alongside his fellow Muslims to withdraw all their funds. The development came after Polaris Bank manager sent an email to the staff telling them that it is not the policy of the bank to abandon duties for payers. Following a leaked email demanding that Muslims who work in Polaris Bank, especially their Yes Center, stop going for prayers on Fridays, many Muslims across the country have stormed the bank that their accounts be closed immediately. In a widely circulated Facebook post, Aminu Soja said he and his fellow Muslims in Kano, went into the bank, which he referred to as Bigger Bank, and demanded that they shut down their accounts. I mean, wow, this is very strong. I think with just the circle, the population of Muslims, and I guess how they practice their religion is taken so seriously. I mean, that is something I feel like something that should be envied and replicated in other, religions, whereby nothing, not even Western influences or the workings of a modern age, which sometimes can clash, the modern age and religion, there's so many times that, it clashes in terms of logic and reason, and people find their ways to argue that. But I think in this case, I believe it's personally very extreme if a lot of Muslims go, across the country to this specific bank to withdraw their money and, delete or retract their accounts. I mean, yes, I get the essence of you, stick it up for your religion. I mean, something internally, I don't even know how any company would get to that point. I mean, I think it's something, with Muslim prayers, especially on Fridays, something that's respected all over the world. I mean, even in airports, they're literally designated places for Muslims to pray. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know how they got to that. I don't know what the reason is. But even a lot of progressive companies, doesn't even have to be a bank. I mean, they are very much, depending on how diverse you are, but, a lot of companies are being diverse all over the world, and that's something they just adjust to. So really, I think this is very shocking. It's like, wait, what? This is something, most companies, most institutions, most service providers, they adjust to this religious duty of Muslims. But of course, Muslims literally showing that, listen, if that's the case, then we're all gonna withdraw our accounts. I mean, that is pretty, I think it's pretty extreme, but I guess it sends the message. It sends the message, and, good luck for other banks, because now they know how not to mess up, and they also know that they potentially getting new customers from their competition. I mean, literally, that's all I can literally say about this. I personally feel like the act is extreme, but that is it. Someone even said, after I withdrew all funds, leaving almost €0, I requested a bank account closing form. The lady at the customer care shouted what happened, and she replied, she replied nothing in my Hausa dialect. She stood up and ushered me to the manager's office and said, "Sir, same problem." The manager stood up and shook my hands and instructed me to sit down. At the same time, he rounded up with someone who I believed came for the same issue. I think that is, first of all, it sends out the message. And I think these are effective measures. I think it's very effective, honestly, because it's a different thing if these same people went on social media or they were protesting, or they were just, again, making it a big deal, talking about it, saying close this bank down, da-da-da. No, the most effective way is, well, I don't agree with your company's policies, so given my individual values and my autonomy to operate and willfully do, or ask for a service from your bank, I have the right, given my power, to withdraw my money. It's their money. You cannot say no. So I think it's very effective. And again, it sends the message out. It really does. And I think, I've not seen any I'm not gonna say I'm not saying any, but I say when it comes to Muslims, I've not seen, I've seen consistency with their actions when it comes to backing up their beliefs. I mean, this is something as simple as their prayers, right? So this bank obviously has learned, or hopefully has learned its lesson. But again, it's effective. The deed has been done. They've taken their money. You've lost all our customers. Well, we move. Stopping the staff from going for Jumat prayers is not a good idea. A prayer doesn't even go beyond 1 hour. The bank goofed on this one, literally. When Sterling Bank they want to mock risen Christ during Easter, nobody closed their account. Even the later apologized. Nah. That's different. That is different. And again, maybe it's just how the religion is. I mean, you can't. I mean, these are the same people who live in Nigeria and they're Nigerians. The difference is the religion. So again, with Christianity, I mean, Christianity tends to be picked on, and Christianity tends to be picked on a lot of times. But then again, also with Christians, and I guess how the religion works, I mean, Christians are less likely to do something like this, So I don't know. You can give your reasons and your evaluations as to what this means, but yeah. It wows me in the 21st century that some people don't know or choose to ignore the fact that Muslims are obligated to pray. I mean, the bank just goofed. I mean, it's just, how do you justify it? I think at this point it's just general knowledge. I don't know what extensive research or excuse they could use to draw out this one, but it just does not make sense. It really doesn't. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I literally do not even know how this makes sense. Again, the bank goofed. HR, I mean, should go through anything. Whoever is making their policies in a bank, I mean, what can they say about their cultural values? So really, what you have is a company who would just have documents that would say the cliche normal things about, supporting all religions and supporting a diverse workforce. But really, are they applying that? To know. It's obvious. So there's really nothing much you can really do about it. Put what you think about this in the comment section below. What would you advise the bank's next steps should be? Also, do not forget to like and subscribe.